University Library. I'm Brett Barry.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The man with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, November the 22nd. It's been an interesting week, to say the least. Right, David?
I think that's an understatement.
A big understatement.
I'm whooped. I'm so tired. I think it's an emotional exhaustion.
Probably, yeah.
So I don't know how many of y'all keep up with our Facebook page. How many of y'all have gotten my emails all week?
Well, we know the incarcerated individuals.
They didn't get them.
Yeah, they're not keeping up with our Facebook.
So last week, though, they knew that we had told everybody that the Adovo would be coming soon.
Right.
So this week has been all about negotiating and talking to attorneys and talking to the staff here at the station and talking to the executive director and talking to Adovo and finding out how all that stuff works. And I'm exhausted, but
I'm exhausted watching you.
But it worked.
It did. It
So,
did.
I hear a radio. Do you guys hear the radio? Is that radio in that other room playing loud enough that we can hear it over there? Actually, it sounds like me, doesn't it?
It does sound like you.
We got an echo.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? But anyway, guys, here's the deal. You guys got the tablets. You have Adovo on the tablets. The prison show will be coming to Adovo.
For sure.
For sure. It's not like we're dangling carrots. I mean, it's in operation. We've got all the contracts, all the dots. I don't know how you put it, the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And the problem was we didn't know where the money was going to come from. I mean, my grandpa used to say, if you're out in the woods and you come across the fence and you don't know how you're going to get over it, so you toss your hat, and you're going to go get your hat. So I come to the crossroads. It was time to negotiate. I negotiated the best I could. I signed it. I signed the papers.
Woohoo!
So then then the question was where are you going to get the money? Because here's the deal, guys. It's free for you, but it's not free for us.
And we broke.
So we're listener sponsored.
Yeah.
And you know what? We had a listener listening. And we had a lot of them listening. A lot of people calling us. A lot of people wanting to schedule to go talk to their board and do this and do that. And one listener actually, I don't want to tell the whole story. I don't want to tell you how much money it was and all that other good stuff. But she asked me a question. She says, well, where do we send the money? And I'm like, well, it depends. I'm negotiating with this person and negotiation with that person. It depends on how much money you want to pay. And the next day she said, we want to send it all. It's our Christmas present.
Her and her lovely husband.
Yeah. They want to pay, make sure that we're on the tablets and that we don't have to worry about anything for the next year. So we want to thank Miss Terry Leclerc, our Prison Show Book Club queen, and the author of Prison Grievances, When to Write and How to Write, and her husband, Jack Getz. They're generous and they're loving. They love you guys.
They do.
And they know that we're having a hard time getting the signal out. You're having a hard time hearing us. Some of y'all don't have radios. I mean, why would you buy a radio if somebody gives you a free tablet? I mean, I get it. And it's 2024. It's time for us to grow. We're community media. We're here at KPFT. We love KPFT. We'll always be here at KPFT. We're fixing to have our 45th anniversary here at KPFT. KPFT is a big part of our lives, and we hope that you guys that do have radios, those of y'all in Ad-Seg and whatever, you don't have tablets. Isn't that right, Dani? Some of them don't have tablets?
I think some of them have. I think most everyone has a tablet. It's just what
kind of privileges they have on that tablet?
Yeah.
But didn't you say some of them had like antenna pod or something?
I think that was incorrect information.
I was wondering if, since we were approved through TDCJ, if we couldn't further get it approved through antenna pod or something. I mean, I've been down there in the trenches. I might as well keep going, right?
You might as well.
I figured if there was a group of guys out there that didn't have tablets or didn't have privileges, that's an educational app. Adobo is, and it's free. They should have that app.
And we're educational.
Yeah, that's why we're getting on it. So.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, stay tuned. I got a lot of work ahead of me. I got to upload the first 50 episodes, which would be the last 50. I'm gonna change my dates now. I'm gonna go from tonight backwards. But we'll get the first 50 uploaded, and then we'll be going every week. Every week it'll be uploaded. And if we do our show on a Friday night and I can upload it at midnight, hopefully they can get it uploaded on Sunday or Monday. So that way it's not old news or old shout-outs or whatever. It's important. If your mama says she loves you, you need to hear that she loves you.
Or if they're going Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of important. Timing is important, but it's out of our hands how they upload. All we know is we're approved and we'll be on the tablets, and that's the best that we can do right now. So.
All right. So tonight, David has a great show lined up for us. Mary Sue Molnar is going to be here. Marci Marie calling in. Brittany Robertson calling in. And, of course, David, Linda, and me are here. But we also have Leslie. She is say hey. She normally.
One of these days we'll have Sugar Pom Pom.
That's right. Normally she shouts out to Sugar Pom Pom on the phone, but tonight she's in the house. So anyway, we're going to scoot on over to Mary Sue on line 2. Hey, Mary Sue.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. Busy as ever. They're starting to file bills now.
Ooh, okay. You got anything for us?
It's early bill filing, and there's a bunch of crazy ones that we're not even going to be watching. They're just so ridiculous. Yeah, there's one. I mean, I really don't think it's a serious bill, and I'm sure it will be amended. It's another residency restriction ordinance for people who are on the sex offense registry. And I shouldn't be laughing about it. It's just so stupid. It's kind of funny. You can't live within 2 miles which is over 10,000 feet, of a school. Well, that puts 4 out of 5 of the TPCA transitional homes inside a child safe zone if that were to pass. So it's like, hello, that wouldn't work.
No.
That's ridiculous. So I don't know. It's almost like, seems like one of those, here, look at me bills that, you'll never get passed. I'm assuming what he's going to do is lower the footage to something more reasonable. Of course, we're going to oppose it regardless, whether he lowers it or not. He should have never filed it. Just a ridiculous bill.
How many feet is it right now?
Well, for parole, it's 500 feet.
Okay.
From a child safe zone. So this would be over 10,000 feet.
Okay, yeah. That's...
Which is, that would block off, in the entire state of Texas, unless you moved out into the country, I imagine, 2 miles. Everybody lives 2 miles from a school. So some kind of a school. But anyway, I don't know where he came up with that idea or why he put 2 miles in there. But, the bad thing is this is early filing. They'll be filing bills all the way through March. So there's a lot of bills to be keeping up with. And that's what we're busy doing now, is keeping up with bills and making our list. And we will be heading to the Capitol and going in and out of offices and talking to legislators, trying to kill bills. Same thing we do every session.
So are you working with anyone to propose new bills, or you're just looking at killing the bills because there's so many?
Yeah, to get anything substantial done, which what we would like to do, there's no way right now with the atmosphere down there. There's no way to find a legislator who would file something really, really helpful and really common sense. We've got a couple of smaller bills that we're working on. We're trying to get those bills sponsored. They're nothing great, but it's something that would make life a little easier for people on the registry. It's just such a crock because they say we want everybody to succeed. Well, you can't succeed if you can't find housing, and you have all these restrictions to where you can't move. So it's just like, gosh, this has just gone too far, which is what they always do. So most of our time we spend trying to kill bills, and I'm hoping at some point we'll get some legislators in there that we can really work with. It seems like there were a few at one point, and now they're all gone, and they've been replaced by, something a lot worse.
Yeah. Now, who is the one that you were talking about that proposed the 2 mile one? Who is that?
Oliverson. His last name is Oliverson. Oliverson.
And where is he out of? I've never heard of him.
He is, I believe he's in the Rosenberg area. He was actually, about a month ago, wanting to run for Speaker of the House. And he didn't make it. I guess the Republicans chose a Speaker, and it wasn't him. And, I don't know a lot about him. I've never dealt with him before on any of these issues, but I'm sure we will meet up because I'll be going down there and, having a little word with their office and seeing what's going on. It's just ridiculous. There's some crazy bills out there, and not only for, people on the registry or criminal justice bills, just some crazy bills altogether, and then ours gets stuck in there with it.
Now, what about the school bus stops? Is that something?
We don't know if there's going to be anything filed on that. We're hoping not. We were at the Sunset Committee hearing, and there was 4 of us who testified in opposition to parole, counting the school bus stops, which is any place where a school bus stops to pick up or drop off kids. They're counting that as a child safe zone. So even the door-to-door, house-to-house pickups. And for that reason, everybody's home plan is being denied. And we're just getting calls, every week. At least one or two families call. Our home plan was denied for our son, or my home plan for my husband, because a bus stops down the street and picks up a kid. So we've been fighting that for about 2-3 years now. So we showed up at the Sunset Committee and we testified. There's also a lawsuit going on the school bus stops. That's going through the courts. So whether there'll be any change to that, I don't know. Whether there'll be any legislation on that, I have no clue. It's really hard to know. There's so many, 150 state reps and 31 senators. So it's really hard to keep up with what everybody's doing and what everybody's planning to do.
Well, I should have followed you when we went to Austin, because I swear I couldn't find parking. Me and my friend were all over a lot. We went to the Sunset Commission, drove there. We drove around looking for parking forever.
No, I didn't see you there. Were you there?
Well, you probably heard me cursing going down the road because we couldn't find parking. Me and my friend are kind of, we can't walk too far, and every place we were seeing was like, it's like, well, that's going to be unfortunate if we park there and try to get.
Right.
I mean, people thought I meant the Capitol. No, we found the Capitol. That's not an issue. It was the parking.
The parking's rough. Yeah. There were so many advocates there. I mean, so many. And they spoke out about everything under the sun, from the food to medical care to education to the heat. I mean, everything. They brought everything up. It was really good, really good. People say, well, it doesn't do any good. It always does good when you speak out. There's that old saying, if you do nothing, you get nothing.
Absolutely.
And it's true. If you do nothing, you get nothing. So I was glad to see so many people there speaking out.
And we appreciate you speaking out, Mary Sue. And how do they get in touch with you if someone on the inside wants to write to you?
They can send us a letter. It's P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223. And just put Texas Voices, P.O. Box 23539, San Antonio, Texas, 78223.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Mary Sue, and we look forward to hearing back from you soon. I may be messaging you, so be on the lookout.
Yeah, do that anytime. Send me a message, and we will talk to you guys soon. Good luck. Good days to everyone, and have a nice Thanksgiving.
You too.
Hey, Dani, before we go on to the next part of it, can we talk about the Christmas special? I know we still got a month ahead of time, but
yes,
the station's going to be closed on Christmas Day, and between Christmas and New Year's, it's actually closed. So we'll have two shows that we'll miss. We're not going to be able to do a live Christmas show, and then the Friday after Christmas, we're not going to be able to be live also. And the Friday after Christmas, I don't want to say that I'm not worried about it, but I'm really not worried about it as much as I am Christmas. I think that Christmas is much more special. Mm-hmm. But, guys, we want you to let your families know, and all y'all families that are listening, advocates that are listening, anybody who's been a guest on the prison show, anybody that can hear my voice, I want you to take my email down, david@theprisonshow.net. Simple as that, david@theprisonshow.net. I want you to send me 2-3 minute voice clip wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. I mean, it's as simple as that. We need 2 hours worth of Merry Christmases. I mean, I got a couple of songs we're going to play. We're going to do the meow meows that Dewey used to always do. We're going to do
meow meow.
Buzzy Martin's I'll Be Home for Christmas, Mama. I'll get Charlie Harrison to make us a Christmas song. But really, we want 2 hours worth of Merry Christmases, and it's important, guys, that you hear your mom, your dad, your kids' voices. Get the whole family involved. And and I'll put it all together. I'll edit it all like I did during the COVID days, and we'll make sure that we have a good Christmas special.
All right.
Hope it didn't take too much of y'all's time.
You did.
I think it's important, though.
Absolutely, you did. All right. Now, let's get to Marci, who is the social media influencer and director of community engagement at Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance, and that took up all your time, Marci, just by me introducing you. How you doing, Marci?
Howdy, y'all. I'm great. I'm so happy to be here. It's always such a joy to be with y'all. And, man, thank you for the good works. And, David, I took your email. You can use part of my time anytime for your good work, sir. I took that email, and I'm going to be getting on TikTok with that email. And let's see if we can get some everybody to really know that's a good opportunity for them to send some love inside those prison walls. I'm super excited about it.
Thank you so much. Let's spread the good news.
Absolutely. That's right. I love that. I love how Mary Sue was talking about the Sunset hearings. We were at the Sunset hearing. Linus we had 10 of us from all over the state. We came from Dallas, from San Antonio, from Houston, Austin, and I might be leaving out some cities, but there was 10 of us, and we testified on some of our priorities. I talked about parole stipulations and parole transparency, and really how they need to create pathways for folks to be able to see this is exactly what the parole board wants from me, and if I do this, it's very measurable outcomes, then that means a yes. Not just no because of my crime. And I was told no because of my crime for four times. And that's not cool. You really lose hope in there. So I love how she said that, Mary Sue said, some people say, well, it doesn't matter. They're going to do what they do. But, it does matter because they work for us.
Yeah.
Those legislators work for us, y'all. So don't get discouraged. And furthermore, it just does so much for, especially the formerly incarcerated population. When we take back our narrative and take control of our story, take it back from the state, and put our voices to use, that's empowering. It does a lot for self also. So it does, I feel like we're doing things for the folks on the inside, we're doing things for ourselves, and we're doing things to make our communities safer, because some of the things they have going on are only creating barriers, which we all know, that leads to recidivism, and it absolutely harms our community. So, yeah, I was so glad she brought that up. We were in Allen, Texas this past week at the Judicial Commission on Mental Health. Y'all, that, in case you don't know what that organization is exactly, it is a Texas government organization, and we were at this conference with about 400 people in live attendance and like 600 people online, and they weren't my usual peeps. They were judges and prosecutors. I was a little intimidated. I have never presented in front of a crowd like that.
What was the name of the
Lioness, the Judicial Commission on Mental Health.
Okay.
So we were at their summit, their 2024 summit. And that it's good to follow them because they really are trying to do some things like the diversion court, and they're really trying to educate the criminal legal system about how to handle mental health. We know that just incarceration is not the answer to that, and they're starting to address substance use disorders as well. So it's an incredible organization. But we presented and we shook it up a little. We presented a presentation titled "Dangerous Women Confronting Stereotypes for Gender Stereotypes in the Criminal Legal System." So what basically we were just addressing the adultification of Black girls. We were addressing mental health issues among women with personality disorders in particular, and women with substance use disorders. And we came at it kind of shook things up, I think. We had a really powerful presentation, and we just gave suggestions based on our own lived experience. There were 3 of us lioness ladies up there, and we gave suggestions on what worked for us. And, you know, it wasn't, we all had been locked up. We all had, 2 of my coworkers had been locked up as kids, and that certainly wasn't what healed them. And what healed them was community support, peer support, groups like the prison show, groups like the guests that you have on, like Brittany Robertson's organizations. It was community support is what healed us. So it was really exciting to be presenting in front of people that maybe just kind of challenging some of their stigmas that they had.
Well, I've never heard of that organization, so I appreciate you bringing it up. I have their website up right now, so thank you.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, it's important to follow them. Now, I wanted to, people ask me frequently also about the lawsuit regarding the air conditioning. We filed the preliminary injunction. We are the federal judge. We presented our case to the federal judge. He seemed like he heard us, and he has still not come back with an answer. It's been several months, and y'all, I feel like, and this is just my guess. This is not, my attorneys didn't tell me anything. This is just my guess. I feel like he's waiting to see if the ledge is going to do something. Because they're obviously,
That may be a while. You think he would wait that long?
Well, I don't know. What is he waiting for?
Yeah,
it's not making sense to me.
Sounds like us every day. What is he waiting for?
Right. I do not want the next summer to come and us just be sitting on our hands still. And so maybe he's waiting to see if the ledge is going to do something, and then he can make his order and it can kind of coincide. I don't know. I really don't. But it's frustrating, but just know that we're still fighting. It's Lioness and hundreds of other organizations, it feels like, but and lots of folks out here still fighting for that. And also, I'm getting a lot of mail about being cold, and I know it's that time of year where, especially in the men's prisons, where windows have been broke out because it was so stifling in the summer and you couldn't breathe, and now that cold air is coming in, and I just the same thing. I'm on the phone with men's prisons, not necessarily, not trying to throw what little weight I have, because they know I'll make a video on it, and I know that they don't want that. But I just
no, they don't.
Yeah, that really gets under their skin, and but yeah, I just want people to know on the inside that I'm doing everything I can, and there were times when I was in there that I remember thinking I deserved this kind of environment, that I was not worth anymore, and I was wrong. Sometimes our inner voice lies to ourselves, especially when we're sitting in a prison cell. And so I just I want to tell all of you on the inside that you deserve to be treated like a human, that you are more than your worst mistake. And I see you as the person that you are, and not the worst thing that you've ever done in your life, or the thing that you've done that you happen to get caught, when these folks walking around out here never got caught. So, yeah.
Well, Marci, what is an address that they can write to you?
So they can write to me at the Lioness P.O. Box, and they need to put attention Marci Marie, MARCI MARIE, and I'm at P.O. Box 12051 in Austin, Texas 78711. And if you're in the free world and you want to connect with me, I'm at www.marcimarie, MarciMarie.com, and all my socials are there. Make sure you're going to follow Lioness on our socials as well. Their website is lionessjiwa.org, and all of our links are there. And you can stay updated and get calls to action. And we've do I have time to talk about a bill, and if not, that's okay.
No, we have to close.
Okay.
But if you have time, do a shout out to people later on.
Yeah.
Tell us about the bill.
Perfect. Okay. Love y'all so much. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Thank you for being on, and love y'all too.
Absolutely. Talk to y'all soon.
We'll see you on TikTok.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Now we're going to have Brittany. And Brittany is the Director of Incarcerated Support, Ad-Seg Specialist with TPCA, and of course, Texas Prison Reform Activist. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Oh man, I'm finally recovered from the trip down for Sunset, but I'm good. I honestly, the words don't, they don't cover what I experienced when I was down there, but hearing all the advocates speaking and, most certainly the formerly incarcerated, I was definitely moved, and, watching the facial expressions of the people on the committee, I understood that they heard them. So that was an amazing experience, but I'm back home and unpacked and settled and working on getting caught up on the stack of mail.
Yeah, I know that stack of mail.
Mm-hmm.
Very well, very well. So what did you take away from that? You said that it looked like they heard the advocates.
Yeah. So for the formerly incarcerated, they're in such a vulnerable spot, and I imagine for them it kind of takes them back there every time they're asked to speak on it. Mm-hmm. But they had some of the most impactful things to say, and it's because, instead of just being in a cell, they were a person in that room, and they were forced to come face to face with what is being done. And I think that's really the most moving. But for instance, during my testimony, when I spoke on, the projected loss of life due to mental health by 2030, I had to kind of repeat myself because he looked at me shocked. And, I had done my math a few different times beforehand, so I knew it's just a shocking number. And, I imagine for someone who doesn't speak to these grieving families, he can't imagine having to do that 309 times.
Now, who is he? When you say he, who is he?
The vice chair of the board, of the commission. He seemed a bit stunned by numbers, and I think that's one of the few things, that speaks clearly to legislative bodies and Senate is numbers. So you have to give them the figures of what's not being done and what it could potentially save if it is.
And that was specifically in regards to mental health, correct?
Yes.
And what was that number?
So we're averaging 65 a year, which would bring us to roughly, during the time of year, 309 by 2030.
And I think it's the way you approached it by 2030, because for people who are not aware, out here on their Facebook page and what they're pushing for the 2030, everything is by 2030 we're going to have this set up. Everything is projected for 2030. They even have videos out. I'm sure they've seen the videos, though. I think those have been on the tablet. So by you, you know, putting that together, that because of mental health, you said how much?
309.
And 9. Yeah, every week you hear about more and more suicides. And it's not just at one unit, it's at many
Multiple
units. Yeah, across the state. And I think a lot of the drug use is because of mental health also.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah.
Self-medicating. I mean, inside the prison system, we're at an alarming rate. You know, the average time, for instance, in the town I live in, for me to even possibly go find a narcotic drug for sale, it would take me quite a long time. But I know these men at 3 minutes in a line, and it's that easy for everything, you know, to be gone for just a little while. But it's hard for them in that moment in trying to achieve that escape to understand that parts of them are gone every time. So, you know, speaking on mental health, and if people don't receive rehabilitation or an opportunity at recovery, they're going to always reuse. And when it's more common than a lot of the necessities in there, it's just going to continue growing. And the ability to have a positive impact on mental health, for instance, people being educated on prison reform, or, you know, what's going on inside the system and the laws that are working to change it. I think we could all stand, I guess, to learn a little bit about what our environment not only does to us, but how we can impact our environment. You know, I've talked to a few different team members, and, you know, some of them have a history of addiction. And in speaking with them, I'm understanding more and more that, you know, along their life, there were things that shouldn't have ever existed within it. And then there was also a large amount of pieces that were missing. And it's not unnatural for people to try to regain what they've lost. But I think the rehabilitation aspect, at least in Texas, if it's increased, I know they'll save lives. There's no question about it. It's just a matter of how quickly can we do that, and what are some things we could do today to change it. But there are possibilities.
Well, I know rehab is extremely difficult when you're on the outside. I can't even imagine what it's like on the inside when you're dealing with. You know, I'm on the phone with some of my friends in, you know, I don't want to say SEG, but I guess it is SEG. And you can hear people screaming in the background, and it's like commonplace for them to say, yeah, they're on that stuff. But you can hear them screaming. And
absolutely,
you know, being an advocate, you want to try to help, but yeah, you know, it's not something that you can actually do besides what you're doing, Brittany, the mental health aspect. I mean,
thank you.
It's not like you can call up to the unit and say, hey, you know, you can't do that. You cannot.
Right. No.
So.
No, and go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, what is a good, someone just asked me for your address the other day, and I couldn't find it deep in my book, because I have a book of everyone's address, but I couldn't find it. What's your address so they can write to you?
So it's going to be Texas Prisons Community Advocate, P.O. Box 1974, Fulton, Texas 78358.
Okay, all right.
And before she gets off, can we ask her a question about the Christmas stuff?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you been listening to what we're going to do for the Christmas show, Brittany?
Yes, sir.
Can you pass that word out to all the guys to have their families call in and or
Oh, yeah.
email me rather, and leave me a
Yeah.
voice message.
Yeah, I can do that.
I
for
need
sure.
2 hours
I'll
worth
go
of
pop 'em
shout
in all
outs.
the chat.
And
2 hours?
Yeah, I need 2 hours worth.
hours.
So I mean, at 3 minutes a pop, and that 3 minutes max, 2 minutes at least. But
33? All right.
I mean, we got to get the guys wired up anyway. We're fixing to be on the tablets, and we're going to have shout outs.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's going to come back to life like it used to be. I mean, we used to have to cut them down to 2 minutes or less. I mean, we had so many
Right.
shout outs for a while.
I remember back in 2008, oh, wow. That
Yeah.
takes me back. So
We're going back.
I
Yeah, we're
can
fixing to have our
absolutely share
45th
that.
anniversary. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we've had roller coaster rides throughout the years, and David Babb and I were talking the other day, and he did blog talk radio, and it wasn't nothing
Yeah.
for him to have 150 or 160 callers waiting in the chat room. You can't get to that
No,
many
and now-
callers, but
Now you're going to reach the nation. So,
yeah,
yes,
so it's
I can absolutely share that.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. You have a good night.
All right.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now we have Mr. Abe. Hey, Abe.
Greetings, Dani. How are you all doing tonight?
We're doing. How are you?
We're doing all right. I'm exhausted again. Back home, got home this morning after an all-night drive back from the execution that was last night in Alabama. Before that, we were in Indiana, just shining a spotlight on his executions. And, you know, we've got a mixed bag of news tonight, so I'll just get right down to it. I'll share that I was with Charles Keith, the brother of Kevin Keith, who was at one point 13 days from execution in Ohio, still waiting for him to be freed out of Ohio's life without parole, death by incarceration system for a crime he didn't commit. But anyway, we were together with some others in Indianapolis this past Sunday, where there was a rally to oppose Indiana becoming the third state this year to resume executions after more than a decade, in Indiana's case, 15 years, since its last execution. So there was a big rally that got some great coverage there in Indianapolis. And then we headed south to Alabama, where we did a rally there on Monday, delivered thousands of petition signatures, your petition signatures, to the governor's office there in Alabama to call for a halt to what became last night the third gas suffocation execution in the history of the country, in the current era anyway. A guy named Kerry Grayson was executed, and so many things wrong with this case, in particular the fact that he was one of four people who committed that crime. He was not the most culpable among them, but he was the oldest and the only one that was over age 18 at the time of the crime. So the others are doing death by incarceration, but he was executed in the most torturous way that they have been able to find so far in this country. So another gas suffocation execution just took place last night. That, I think, brings us to 28 executions this year. We've got a couple more scheduled. So I mentioned the Indiana one, but even before that, coming up on December 3rd in Missouri, there's an execution, and then if it happens on the 17th of December, or rather the 18th of December in I think that's what it is. The 18th in Indiana, and then on the 19th would be what's probably going to be the last execution this year, Kevin Underwood in Oklahoma. So, we're watching all of these, and, it's going to be the first year in a couple that we've had an increase in the number of executions if all of these go forward. And that stands in the base of actually some good news, which is that the latest polling is out from the Gallup organization that does polling every year on the issue of the death penalty, and they're finding that we're now at the lowest level of support for the death penalty in the history of this current era of the death penalty, which is since 1972. And the other interesting finding, and something that's new in the way that they've rolled this out, is they looked at where people stand by age bracket, by which generation, so to speak, and it just goes to show that the younger you are, the less likely you are to support the death penalty. And we have a majority of Gen Z supporting ending executions, and that's pretty amazing. That's the trend that we continue to be on, and what we know to be the fact about when it comes to the death penalty. Justice Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, said this. That it's really not a question of what a person thinks about the death penalty, but what they think about it when they actually understand it. And that's the thing. The more you know. This happened to me. I used to support the death penalty, and when I tried to prove that the anti-death penalty people were wrong, I found out how wrong I was. So the more you know about how the system fails us, the less you like it. And that remains true, and we're seeing that in the numbers. In any case, a bit of other interesting bits of good news or odd news to share. In Idaho, we thought we were going to have, Idaho is going to be one of 4 states. Idaho is one of 4 states that was trying to resume executions after not having them in over a decade. And they were going to kill this guy, Tom Creech, who they had on the gurney, and were trying to poke holes in and get an IV going back in February, and they couldn't. And he was supposed to be executed. They had another date for him last week, and he and a court agreed to hear the arguments about whether it's constitutional to try to use the same method to execute him again. And amazingly, the state didn't fight it, so Tom Creech is still alive. And interestingly, in Idaho, and they won't be able to carry out that execution this year, so that's good too. But now there's this added element that, as if anybody really cares, turns out their drugs that they purchased, spent over $100,000 for, are going to expire before they could use them. And, so it's just a comedy of errors there. But that's the good news is in Idaho, they've been able to hold off that execution again. Also in South Carolina, interesting, good news. The lawyers tried something novel, and they asked the court to not set any execution dates to take place during the holiday season. There had been an expectation of an execution that would take place there in the first week of December, but the way they're doing it in South Carolina is basically having an execution and then setting another date for 4 weeks from the date that they set the date. And the lawyers said, hey, can we have a pause through the holiday season? And amazingly, the South Carolina Supreme Court said yes and paused the execution, the setting of new dates. So that's a nice little breather for the folks in South Carolina, and a bit of weird good news. So there's that. I want to give, of course, a shout out to Stephen Nelson, who's next in line to be killed, I think, in Texas. And we've got a petition up for him. We need to get some more up. The new dates, sadly, being that haven't really been announced publicly yet, but we know there's a few more people that have execution dates in Texas, and I'm not going to mention that here tonight who those people are, but we know that those are coming, and it's got to be a sad state of affairs in Texas as well as in other parts of the country, but that's coming. Also in the news, and I was just reading this article in Slate online about just this reality, the fact that there seems to be more interest in finality in cases than in accuracy of cases, and we're seeing that, for example, with Robertson. They don't want to hear the evidence. They don't care about the fact that there was no crime there, or that there's whatever the allegations are about the Shaken Davis syndrome and all of that. They don't care. It doesn't matter. There's no way to have the evidence heard, and they're just waiting to set a new date for him, and that's outrageous. And similarly, with Melissa Lucio, that's the other big news and the exciting news and the terrifying news is that the judge who sentenced her to death and the prosecutor, the current prosecutor of Cameron County, have both signed an order saying that her charges should be thrown out, that she should be freed because there's the county, Cameron County, withheld evidence that no reasonable juror would have been able to acquit had they seen that evidence, and no reasonable juror would have found her guilty. And yet, it remains a question as to whether the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals is going to actually uphold this order as drafted by the judge who sentenced her to death and the current county prosecutor who was ready to execute her 2.5 years ago and has come around and become the hero in this case by saying, we should not be executing her. And it's a question mark. What's going to happen? How can this be in a place like the United States where we say we've got this great criminal legal system when, in fact, it's, so many of us understand it is flawed beyond measure and really needs to be torn down to the bone and reconstructed in a way that actually gives the truth some meaning. Because remember, when you go to court and you're on trial for your life or whatever, you're never found innocent. You're found guilty or not guilty. There's never a finding of innocence without a very special process that you have to go through. So that is, and it's next to impossible to get to that. But that's the situation that we have, is this reality that not just questions of innocence, but also questions of culpability or constitutionality. When the biggest crime that's going on right now in our criminal legal system is this thing called procedural bars, where finality and dates and did we cross the T's and dot the I's and meet deadlines and all that is more important than the question of whether your jury foreperson was a racist and used racist language, or whether you have evidence that no crime even occurred because the science has changed and now we understand the case better and the case evidence better, but it doesn't matter because finality is more important. God willing, somebody will be able to raise this up in the next Texas legislature and they could have a real conversation. Because really what they need to do in Texas is study how many people been executed, how many people are stuck in prison because procedural bars make it impossible for them to have the merits of their arguments actually heard in court. It's outrageous.
Yes, it is. Anyway,
I could go on, but I just want to say, it is, we're that's the other big thing that's happening. And hopefully we're going to see some good news. But, with the election coming out the way it did, we now have an opportunity, and there's many different people in the movement getting on board on this, an opportunity to convince President Biden before he leaves office to commute all of the federal and military death sentences and change those sentences to death by incarceration. Not the best thing ever, but it's at least not executing people. And then those at least who have innocence claims can keep pursuing that. But if Joe Biden does not commute those sentences, then he's basically handing them over for execution to President Trump, President-elect Trump, who has promised that that's what he's going to do. He has campaigned on more executions, faster executions, more types of crimes punishable by death. And that's what we're doing. And the only way to prevent Donald Trump from being able to oversee executions again is to take all those people off of death row. And that's what we're calling on people to do. And you can find the information and actions you can take at deathpenaltyaction.org. The ACLU has its petition, and the Death Penalty and the Catholic Mobilizing Network has its petition, and a bunch of other organizations have their petitions, and we're all working together to put the pressure on. And if you haven't done so yet, get to deathpenaltyaction.org, sign the petition, and help us put the pressure on the White House to change those sentences as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last week of your administration, Joe Biden. Do it now. So with that, I'm going to share. You can reach me at P.O. Box 89 at Ghent, Ghent, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, New York, 12075. And I want to just invite everybody to be kind to each other as we get into what's often, people like to celebrate the holidays, but these are often the toughest times for so many people because we're not together. And even if we are together, we're still often, I know this is true in my family, not together politically or otherwise. And we just all need to be thinking, how can I be, do I need to say this? Can we just be nicer?
Yeah.
I wish you all peace and love, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Abe.
Take care.
Bye-bye. And real quick, I want to piggyback on that, what he was saying. Our Attorney General in Texas has, I've noticed on a few people's docket sheets, has requested or actually questioning what's going on in certain cases and requesting it be expedited. This has been hitting some docket sheets. So, yeah, if it's not one person, it's another, our Attorney General.
Can't we all just get along?
Clearly not.
Haven't seen the sun in ages. Old troubles never seem to disappear. I haven't had much luck in finding rainbows. My days wasting away in tears. Never knew consequences when I bottomed out. Never thought I'd ever get caught. But you think of these things in hindsight. Reading Dear John letters on an old prison cot. Lights out down along the cell block. Whispering voices cry low. Read me old love letters. Get 'em played on the prison radio. Do the kids ask if I'll be home soon? If they remember me at all? I can only hope you'll let me be more than an old afterthought. Your voice sounded so distant. The last call I made to you. Strange voices lost in the background. Kids' laughter bleeding right through. But I hope you found somebody. In their arms, they hold you tight. Funny, it's the only thing I dream now. In the arms of this cold cell tonight. Lights out down along the cell block. Whispering voices cry low. Read me old love letters. Get 'em played on a prison radio.
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right. And now we are back. And I see that Jackie is waiting to shout out. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm really tired tonight, but I am here. Thanks for asking. You know how the holidays are.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Oh, all right. Well, I am calling in to give a shout out to Rodney Reed at the Punsk unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. I hope you are doing well. I'm just calling in to wish you and I a happy 5-year anniversary on the 14th. I miss your calls and your voice so much and want you to know that your love is everything to me. And you are the strongest and most amazing man that I know and the most special, perfect, and handsome. I love you, Rodney. Happy anniversary and happy holidays to you, too. I got your message. I'm always thinking of you and loving you, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Thank you.
Oh, boy, y'all hung that
Quick
up.
draw McGraw, ain't
I
she?
know, y'all hung that up quick. All right, let's go to Annalisa.
Hello, friends at the Prison Show. I hope you are all doing very well. This is my message for my friend. Hi, Sidro. Hello, my dear friend. I hope you are doing well. Hope you have had a nice week and that the visit with your parents went well. I'm fine. Here it's a bit cold now. It snowed last week and it was nice. And everything is okay. I hope you receive my emails and I hope you receive my letter soon. I send you my warmest wishes and big hugs. Take care, my friend. Take care, everyone. Bye.
I love her voice. I just love it. All right, now we have Rosa. Hey, Rosa.
Hey, how are y'all doing today or tonight?
Tonight, yeah. Doing good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm blessed. I just wanted to give a shout out to my sweetheart, David Gaetan. He's at Ramsey 1. And I just want to let him know that I love him and I'm praying for him. I'm with him. I'm behind him all the way. And I'm not going anywhere. And just a shout out to all of TPCA, the inmates, that I pray for them. And y'all pray for your guards because, you know, they need prayer too. So.
Yeah, they do.
I wanted to say that. Yeah, they do. So I love what y'all do with the show, and I just appreciate y'all letting me do my shout out tonight.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you too.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving and a blessed weekend.
You too, Rosa.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And a great big shout out to I saw your information in our video chat on Facebook, Eric Hamsta. Am I saying that right? Hamsta? I think so. Let me know if I'm not. But great big shout out to you and your client Thomas Harris at the Beto unit. But we wanted to give you great big hugs, Eric. We know everything will be okay. All right, now let's get to Clarence. Hey, Clarence.
How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing, Clarence? We haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, I went and got me a little part-time job trying to keep me a little change in my pocket.
Oh, that's good.
You know, taking it one day at a time, still trying to miss these crazy rednecks in West Texas. But you know how that goes.
Yeah, I know. I'm dealing with them over here.
Well, I found the lady that did all the research on my case at Houston. I think she's transferring it here to San Angelo. Associate, I went in the lawyer. I just walked in the lawyer's office. Come to find out he was associate judge. So he directed me to what lawyer to go to and everything, my paperwork, my DNA and stuff. And told me to tell him. Called him, and he'll let him know what day he's on the bench. So I'm praying that everything come out all right. Let me holler at my boys now. Mysterious Mike, all you fellas, Colonel, I know you listening. All you brothers on Pulaski, Mark Stiles and all over there. I know it's coming up to the holidays. It's the hardest time to be in prison. But know I'm thinking about all of y'all, man. Life out here is not easy, but I'd rather be out here than in there. Know I love all you brothers, man. Y'all take care. Look out for each other. And as one of the old ladies used to say, keep smiling because they get mad and don't know what you're smiling about. Y'all take care. And many blessings on everyone prison show.
Well,
I think that'll kill my family right now.
Well, thank you, Clarence, and I'm glad you got you a little part-time job.
Yeah, it don't pay much, but it's better than nothing. Keep chump change in my pocket because Social Security ain't paying nothing.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Clarence. We hope to hear from you again soon.
Well, I hope so too. I was off today, so I said I better call and try to check in before they get mad at me.
Oh yeah, they are gonna get mad at you. Where's Clarence? I had one person ask, why hadn't you called in lately? So we're glad that you did, and you know, Mysterious Mike is gonna be shouting you out later.
Yeah. Who's all in the studio now?
Right now we have David and Linda, and we have one of our loyal listeners, Leslie. She stopped by the studio tonight.
Oh, that's good.
That's Sugar Pom Pom's old lady.
Yeah, Sugar Pom Pom's at the Styles unit too. Yeah.
Hey, Clarence, did you hear we're getting on the tablets?
What?
Yeah, we got approved to get on the tablets. I got to get all the stuff uploaded, but it's going to be a lot of work. But once it started, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Man, y'all trying to run TDC crazy, ain't you?
Well,
get on the tablets.
It took us 4 years to get on their good side.
And I did 4 years, 10 months, and 6 days, and you couldn't even get call a cell phone.
Yeah, now they all got tablets, right? Yeah. They give it to them here.
They don't have to pay for it?
They don't have to pay for the tablet, and then the educational stuff is free, but they got some other stuff on there that costs a lot of money. Videos, phone calls, movies. What all's on there, Dani? Games.
A lot of games.
They get addicted to them. They just keep playing them and playing them and playing them.
Yeah.
I think they need to go over that Adobo app and listen to the prison show.
Just let the prison show spend some time getting some education.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was
No,
watching
I
one of their
feel
videos on the Dovo, and they've got a bunch of free stuff, and then you get points for it. The more classes you take and the more educational stuff you get point system for it, and then you get other free stuff like games and movies and things like that.
Yeah, Ray used to express that a whole lot.
Yeah,
in education.
I think Ray's real happy with us. I mean, I've been working real hard for it, trying to. You know how TDC is; they're picky. So if I got them to approve us, we've done something good over the last 4 years.
Yeah, man, that Ruiz case opened up Pandora's box, didn't it?
It sure did, and man. But I don't want to badmouth anybody, but it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Here they are watching us and making sure we're jumping through hoops and dotting our I's and crossing our T's, but then we see them walking off the unit. They walked off a chaplain off the unit today. I was reading.
Styles unit.
At the Styles unit.
Yep.
Not the chaplain, not the whole chaplain, was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure which chaplain it was. All I know is they walked him off. They said he was letting inmates field family calls. In other words, they were picking and choosing who they were fixing to let make the calls or whatever.
It's the same one there.
Yeah.
It is the same one.
You know them?
They did the same thing when you was down there, huh? You had to be in the clique, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't all he was doing either.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear from you, man. I'm glad you're out there. You're doing so good. You're out there. Got you a part-time job, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. And I got me a beautiful Puerto Rican woman I'm sitting up here looking at.
Ooh, you go, boy. You go, boy. Y'all playing footsies? You probably doing more than that.
I mean, everything you can think of, I'm trying to play. She's sitting up here shaking her head.
Yeah, well, I've always heard that's what them Puerto Rican women are for. They like it like that.
I wish you could see the look on her face right now.
Ooh, David.
She's skinning from ear to ear.
Yeah. I get off parole in February, and my wife says, "Where you want to go?" I said, "Puerto Rico." Yeah.
It says pretty nice. Well, I'm going to try to get out of Houston sometime soon.
Well, come on by on a Friday night, man. You got my phone number. Give me a call or a text. We'll get you in the door.
Well, it's just lawyer. Come on through that one I just got here.
You got a new lawyer? It's not Miss Tanika?
Well, she's going to transfer everything to him. Her law firm did all the research and everything, and they transferred it to him.
Huh.
And the associate judge told me to make sure I go to this lawyer, and he'll hear the case. So,
well,
I want Texas to pay me.
Hope it all goes the way you want it.
Oh, it will. An associate judge told me, he said, ain't no way in the world I should stay down there that long.
Huh.
And they have to make it?
Well, I'm going to let y'all go.
All right, brother.
Y'all take care, man. I love all y'all, man.
You too, brother. We love you, man.
Make sure the Colonel, Mysterious Mike, they're calling in for him.
Yeah.
We will let him know.
All right.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right.
Too.
Hey, did you see that Mark Anthony said that chaplain over there was selling Cairo seats?
No, let me get back to that.
Yeah. He's on our chat line. Mark Anthony, he says they were selling Cairo seats too.
Oh, wow. Well, Mark Anthony said that he could eat a pint of ice cream and a pastry right now.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that. We used to get jalapenos, and we'd bite the end of it off and squirt it full of cream cheese, and then drink a cold root beer because it kind of enhanced the heat.
Yeah. Well, he also said free Rodney Reed.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So he's familiar with Rodney Reed and the ice cream, of course.
Well, Rodney hadn't had date night in quite a while.
No, he hadn't. Well, you know what? Something. Oh, I see where Mark said they were selling Cairo seats too. That to me, that the classification lady over there too got walked off.
Oh man, at Styles.
At Styles, yeah.
Well, maybe that's what Clarence was talking about. That wasn't all he was doing. I couldn't resist it. Hey, you want to? I think we got Caitlin over here.
Okay, play Clay. I can't even. Caitlin. Oh my word! Hey, y'all need to hang up on Clarence. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe.
I pushed the wrong button.
Okay.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plonsky. Hey Boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe, and that there is a smile on your handsome face. As for me, all is good. I'm just home from work now, and yeah, I'm just chilling out with Daytona. I'm on the couch, and she is right beside me. I'm off tomorrow, and yeah, I'll be going up to Buddy. The weather here has gone really cold over the last few days. It's just freezing. And I think it's kind of going to get a bit warmer over the next few days. But yeah, at the moment it's pretty cold. Other than that, everything is good. I want to say that I appreciate you, and I want to say thank you for being one of my very best friends. And yeah, so good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
I just couldn't help myself. I love it when she, hey, Boo, how are you? I just love it. She's awesome. And if she ever gets down to Texas, I can't wait to meet her because I'm going to meet her. I missed meeting Annalisa. I missed meeting her, but hopefully she gets back down here. Now we have Miss Kiana. How you doing?
Hey, Dani. Hey, David. How y'all doing?
Hey, Kiana, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So I wanted to give a shout out to my husband, Jeremiah Rodriguez. Y'all already know I always come and represent him. Always, you guys. So I went to visit him yesterday, and it was amazing. Like, you know, even though we know how prison works there, but we still had an amazing time, and I still got to spend at least, I think, 2 hours with him. And we just got to laugh and talk, and, you know, mainly business, because, you know, we're business partners as, you know, husband and wife. We got to make things happen before he come home. So I want him to know I love him, and I can't wait to see him again. And I thank y'all for everything y'all doing for the prison show, because without y'all, we wouldn't have this show supporting our prisoners. So I thank y'all so much.
Well, thank you for calling in, and we hope that you call in next week. We'll be here.
Of course. Love you guys. Love you, Jeremiah.
Love you too. All right, now look, we have Mysterious Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike Lewis for the Prison Show. I'd like to do my shout-outs. The guys in Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt, Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Haas, Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Oz. Shout out for Curtis Robertson. Shout out for Blaine Milan. Shout out for Bill R. Sims. Shout out for Raymond Lee Cart. Special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing real well. And you can continue to talk to Mysterious Mike, right? Mysterious Mike through David Collingsworth. And I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving and a happy Black Friday. And go U of H Cougars. They're going to be playing a football game tomorrow night wearing the old blue uniforms from the Houston Oilers. Love you, blue. And the Texans are playing the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. Adios. Back to the prison show.
And you, too, can write to Mysterious Mike and get on his shout-out list with Haas. I really want to know who Haas is. You can write him at 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. That is David Collingsworth's address.
In Shepherd, America.
In Shepherd, America.
Leslie tripped me out talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Is that the same Shepherd I drive through? Yeah, you leave Texas, go right through Shepherd, and then you got to get back in it. Isn't it sad when you got to get back in it?
That was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
No, I was driving by. And I was like, okay, this is Shepherd, but I don't ever see a sign for Shepherd America.
Well, when you drove by my house, you didn't honk the horn.
He lives in Shepherd.
I live in Shepherd, America.
Shepherd, America. But she didn't know it was Shepherd, America.
Oh, she thought it was Shepherd, Texas.
Yeah.
I thought it was Shepherd, Texas.
No, Shepherd, America.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
You leave Texas and go through America, and then you got to get back into Texas.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
By the time you hit Cleveland, you're in Texas again.
Oh my God.
Well, I was up in Liberty the other day. That's really Texas. You ever been to Liberty?
Yes, I have. I got my divorce in Liberty. That's Miss Dani Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really Texas up there.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's really Texas.
Yeah. Alfredo says he's driving. Freddie.
Freddie, okay.
Yeah, he's
And,
driving.
You know
You
what?
know he's driving a big rig now.
Yes. He said
He got
that.
a Peterbilt. I seen a picture, a big old Peterbilt.
You know, David, we did not make Leslie get on the pole when she first.
Yeah. We want me to play the pole dancing music?
Yeah, we have been accused of playing pole dance music at the beginning and the end of the show. It's pole dancing music.
So where's the pole
Come on, Leslie. Go, Leslie. Go, Leslie. Go, Leslie.
Let me see your little ball thing.
Oh, yeah, here.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Here she goes.
They're in there playing with their little ball thing.
Give me my ball.
Yeah. So, don't you know we're making their day out there?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We're going to hear about it. I bet we all get letters.
Yeah, there's a specific person who we annoy, apparently. And
He don't like our music.
he doesn't like the music. He thinks it's pole dancing music. And he calls the first hour the Dave and Dani comedy hour.
Hey, man, if you can't laugh and have a good time, something's really wrong.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Hey, Freddie did call in. How about that?
How about that?
She's trying to type it up. You want to take Freddie or you want to go for Stacy?
Let's go Stacy first.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love. This is kissing you our tuck-in. I trust we got our whispers earlier, all up in each other's ear. Baby, you know it's your weather here. We got a couple of inches of snow after we talked last night. And the girls have been tromping in it all day. Yeah, even May's been outside. She's been outside enjoying it. I'm doing okay, just trying to stay warm. Yeah, our bedroom is cozy with the little heater. Baby, I've heard from you, our Snelly, 9/26/24. Yeah, almost a month's been passed since we've gotten a letter. I'm just getting it, yeah. As long as we're getting it, though, that's what matters. I've also gotten our e-note, 11/21. Yeah, I got the post that I'll work on it the weekend. Oh, and I also got the 2-part post published this morning. Baby, it's that time. I kiss you the night. Be healthy and safe. Remain strong. I love you deeply. Take care, sweetheart.
All right. He always gets tons of kisses.
Yeah, but I like that whispering in the ear thing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that too.
Ooh-wee.
All right, let's. How about Freddie? Let's get Freddie. Hey, Freddie.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much.
You in that Peterbilt?
Yeah, I just parked.
Yeah, you be careful out there. Where you at?
Oh yeah. Right now I'm at home. I was parking.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you wasn't up in that. I was watching on the news all that snowstorm, boy. Woo.
Oh no! Thank God. Let me do a first a shout out to my brother from another mother, James Dudley Brown, running around over there at the PAC unit, and all you guys up there, y'all know who y'all are, man. I forget everybody's name. Anyway, man, it's been a long week, nonstop, 7 days. I'm tired. Life is good. Following Jesus every day, staying sober. What else can I say, man? Y'all keep your head up and start doing the right thing right now. That way you won't have to get ready when you get out here, guys. And not just the Wallace Pack unit, but all the units in the system, including the women's units, man. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving coming up here pretty soon, and just keep your head up, man, and one day at a time, brothers. That'd be all, guys. Okay, David.
You got a little chihuahua back there?
Yeah, I got my little Maggie Sue, 3 pounds.
She gonna eat your ankles?
Maggie.
Man, I took her to the vet. I took her to the vet a couple of times already, and man, that Dr. Cole said, man, if Maggie was 100 pounds heavier, she'd run every dog out of town. I said, I know she would. She's a handful.
Yeah, those little chihuahuas usually are.
Yeah.
They'll eat you up.
Yeah, man, and they don't want nobody around me that she's mad because I'm talking on the phone. That's why she's mad.
Yeah.
She wants all the attention.
I bet. Yeah. That's why we got Clinton Young's little American bully, and that's where she is. She wants all the attention, boy. She get all up in your lap. She thinks she's a lap dog. 62-pound lap dog.
Well, that's why them dogs are expensive, because they think they're really babies.
Yeah. So she's a sweetheart. She really is a sweetheart, but she gets to running, and that 62 pounds hits everything. She'll run from the couch to the love seat up against the wall in a big old circle in the living room.
Tell me about it. Remember when I used to take care of them dogs? Oh, my God. They used to drag me all over the place.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I was all cut up. Well, they're strong.
Yeah, but she's just she don't realize it. She's only 2 years old. She's still a puppy. She don't realize she's just a big old ball of muscle, and she just jump up in your lap. I mean, it's like, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it. How's everything going so far?
Man, we're blessed, you know. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news or not, but we got approved this week to be on the tablets. We got all the papers signed and got all the payments made and all the permissions granted, and man, we're fixing to take off. I mean, yeah, FM radio's hitting, and we don't have to worry about the signal. So it's going to be really good. We're nationwide now. So
yeah, cool. In a couple of weeks, I'll be able to start again donating.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll do a shot. We'll do it. We'll do it. What do you call it? Y'all support the radio station, guys. Everybody needs it, man. It's a good program.
A pitch. They call that
even
a pitch.
Even though it ain't pledge time, man, but any day is pledge time. We're getting close to Thanksgiving, man. Be thankful for what you got and share a little bit.
Yeah. It shows the station that you're listening. It shows them that you care, because we're definitely listener-sponsored radio. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And them guys need support, man. Them guys need support.
We're here for you.
And the gals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Now we're going to be reaching the ladies. I mean, we've reached the men for a long time, and there's a lot of guys up north and even down south that ain't listening to us, but they're all going to be able to listen to us now. So
man, right on. That's good.
And I know that you can get the word out. You know, we used to say if you put an inmate on a flagpole on the north end of the unit and put one on the south end of the unit and give the first one a cigarette, he's going to save the short for the second one. So.
Yeah.
And so we're letting y'all know. So you let them know up in Allred and down there, close to Mexico down there. Let them know we're going to be on the tablets. Everybody tune into the prison show and make sure you get your shout outs in. Right now we're taking Christmas shout outs because we got to put the show together. Freddie, you need to do the same thing. You need to send me about a 2 to 3 minute voice memo, so that I can put the show together, because they're closing the station down for Christmas. We're not going to be able to do a live show this year. But we're going to still have a show on the air from 9 to 11 Christmas night. So
Okay. I'll contact you if I need more details. But
Well,
I've been working 7 days a week, man. And
well, you can call my
yesterday
number and leave a message. Just send me a text before you do it, and that way you can send me you just leave a voice message, and then I'll peel it off of there and put it on the show.
All right, man. I sure will do it.
All right, you go take care of your little girl over there. She needs you. She misses you.
Yeah. I just showed up, man. I've been gone. And yesterday I did a 48-hour string. I wasn't home for 48 hours, but she was bad.
I bet she was.
And today I barely showed up, and she's worse.
You better go love on her.
Yeah. All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Everybody, y'all keep your head up. Have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, and now we have Captain Tom.
If you're out riding somewhere, then you're going to get yourself in trouble. Anyway, this is Captain Tom. I'm doing the prison show shout-out. And we're going to start with our shout-outs of Arkansas. Leroy, let's see, Adrian Cortez, J.B. Anderson, John M. Armstrong, Pete Sines, let's see who else. Clarence Lee Bowman, Chris Ryan, Terry Morris, Daniel Valdez, Jamie Lozano, Texas, Steve Hathaway, Paul Scales, Terry Leggett, Emmett Dudley, Paul Johnson, and we have more on the list here. Okay. Like I said, Paul Johnson, Eugene Salazar, Jose Briones, Hugh Ridley, Cole White, and Shannon Dougherty, Chad Brubaker, Thomas Harris, Samuel Harris, Robert Harris, Bobby Joe Harper, and Stephen Young. Okay, that's it for the shout-outs this week. I want to wish all of my incarcerated veterans and my homeless veterans and veterans abroad a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving Day. As Thanksgiving is a little unusual date because the traditional Thanksgiving is always on the 24th of November, but this year it's not, so we don't know what happened there. But anyway, I want everybody to have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I'm Captain Tom, and don't forget to donate to KPFT. You can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And also you can donate to the Prison Show. And also you can donate to the Veterans of War Show, but I don't know whether David's going to allow that on there or not. So take care. We'll see you all again pretty soon, as soon as we get back from the Thanksgiving holiday. So have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay.
So he's teasing me about being out riding or something, I guess. That's what it sounded like.
I'm questioning what he meant by Thanksgiving is usually on
the
24th.
It's not, because Thanksgiving, it falls on the fourth Thursday in November.
Yes.
So and then if you have 5 weeks in November, it can actually fall as early as the 22nd or as late as the 28th. But it's always on a Thursday.
Yeah, that's the only...
Yeah, I mean, I've always known it to be on a Thursday, but... Yeah. I don't know where he gets that 24th.
It's usually on the 24th. I was like, what?
Well, it's like in that week there between 22 and 28. So, I mean,
because it's a leap year.
Yeah, leap years are usually.
This is a leap year?
Yes.
Goes show you how much I paid attention in February.
Clearly.
We went right through February. Ching.
We went right through almost
We're
the
coming
whole
up to
year.
February all over again. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to that February 2025.
Yeah, clearly.
I owe $26. I got to get a money order for $26. I won't get off parole if I don't pay that $26.
Of course you won't. No.
They want that $26. She reminded me too.
All right, Linda, do you want to do your shout outs?
Good evening, guys. Got some shout outs tonight. Joel White, Michael Moyers, Thomas Miller L., Paul DeVoe, William Owen Sr. William, I hope they came to you. I talked to the doctor, and he said that they would get right to you, so I sure hope they did come see you. Jaime Cole, Franklin Davis, Will Spear, Cedric Marks, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, William Hudson, Wanda Balderas, Blaine Milam, Paul Story, Walter Sorto, Robert Robertson, Britt Ripkowski, Charles Hill, Twain Buck, Tyrone Williams, Charles Ray Thurman, Curtis Robertson, Stephen Curry, Eugene Broxton, Marcus Drury, Troy Glover, Bill Sims, Paper Cup at Estelle, Midget Titan at Estelle, Ken Decker, Gregory Allen, Jedediah Reed, and Clinton Young. And now I hear that Thomas Whitaker's back at Polunsky, so I wanted to say hi to you, Thomas. And Sugar Pom Pom. You have a great night.
All right. Do you wanna say a few words,
Sure.
Leslie? Here, get up close.
You want me to talk to the mic?
Talk to the mic, girl. Talk to it.
It's a 1970 mic, so get up in there.
Okay. Hey. All right. Well, I wanted to say hello to my little Sugar Pom Pom. Again, he is pouting at the Styles unit. And I love you, and I hope you're having a wonderful Friday night at the Styles unit. Also, I want to shout out to KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Hey! All right. And I just wanted to say this too. Yes, the holidays are coming up. And I agree, like, mental health is really, really, really important. And especially, I'm sure, with people in the prison system as well. And I think everybody should just send more love to the people that's housed in TDCJ. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving. Bye, Sugar Pom Pom. Blah, 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 blah.
Is that kind of like
a
whispered
French
in
kiss.
the ear? Oh, okay.
No,
it's like a French kiss.
Yeah, anyway, I won't go there.
I have the benefit of sitting next to them during
And that's how they do it?
visitation, and when you start hearing the it's like, oh my God.
Sugar Pom Pom.
All right.
Nine Bottom.
I want to give a few shout outs myself. Farron, hey guys, if I'm not sure if Farron can hear this, so please let him know at the Polunsky unit to be looking out for his email. For some reason, his messages take forever, and I mean, he's Farron. Come on, I'm not sure why they're holding it. Robert Solis, hey. Brett Rapowski, I got your 101 emails that you sent to Linda to give to me, but you definitely can email me. So, but I will be getting back to you. T, hey T, Big Head, hey Big Head, King Big Head, Blaine, Daniel Ramirez, Philo, Mr. Philo. Kenneth Decker, Eugene, hey Eugene, and Mayo, hey Mayo. Hope you got my e-message. Rodrigo and Newt, Brian Bolt, Leroy at the PAC unit, Joel White, Jay at the Win Unit, Beto, Rexalicious. Hey, Rexalicious. CJ, Midget Titan, and Paper Cup at Estelle, and Mark Wayne over at the Ramsey Unit. Big hey to everyone. And now we have Mr. Jason Wysong. Hey, Jason.
Hello there, my favorite child-free cat lady, my Miss Dani. Hello again to Mama Linda and, of course, to Cowboy Dave and everyone at the Prison Show. It is good to be with you again this evening. I want to do a special shout out to one of your guests that you had this evening, Miss Marci, and to her co-host Tunchi from the On the Rec Yard. Big fans. Really enjoy what you ladies share. So starting out with a shout out to my brothers at the Walls Unit, the mentor program. Shout out to you. Just saw you guys this last weekend. It was good to be with you. I'm going to do an individual shout out to my new mentee, Chase, at the Ferguson Unit, the trustee camp. And really good to meet you and look forward to continuing to work with you and working through your plans for your entry. And shout out always to my brothers at the Ellis Unit. And last but certainly not least, just want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. That kind of coincides along with my mentor moment is simply just remember to be thankful in all circumstances, no matter where you're at or what life has handed you or what circumstance you're in. There's always room for gratitude and to be thankful. One of the proverbs is a thankful heart is good medicine. And the good word says that give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. And that is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. But truly, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with, there's always room to be thankful. If you can hear my voice, you are alive, and there's another day for you. So I am myself very thankful to be to be an instrument and of the Lord's, and to be used and to serve. And I look forward to continuing on to into the new year. So everyone have a great night, and we'll talk to you next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jason.
Good night, Jason. That hurt the old ear, didn't it?
Yeah. So I wanted to reiterate again this goes out to the guys on death row and the women on death row also, because they will be able to hear us very soon.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
You hear that, Brown Foundation?
Yeah, that's right. You hear that? Kim Paxton his office is actually looking at cases again for the people on death row, and specifically one about expediting the justice in a case. When I see these, I'm definitely going to pop those in the mail to you, because, or Linda and I are going to be doing that, because we're not sure if your attorneys will be giving it to you. So be on the lookout for those. And that's just a heads up, or if you want to definitely let your attorney know that those things are coming, or that you're aware of the Attorney General doing that. I haven't seen that previously, This is something new that I saw. So anyway, wanted to reiterate that. And this year coming up, with the help of Marci Marie, Mary Sue Molnar, all the different groups, the advocacy groups, Brittany, everyone working together, we're definitely going to be keeping an eye out on those bills. We're going to be letting everyone know if you have a question about a certain bill, definitely drop us an email if you have us on the tablets, or drop David a letter. 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. Drop that in the mail, and we'll be on the lookout for those bills for you. Keep you updated. We're going to be keeping everyone updated because, we're going to be reaching all across Texas, and everyone will want to know. I know those units that are kind of on the outskirts, they don't hear a lot what's coming out when the bills are being passed. So definitely keep us abreast of any new bill, because we may not know some of them. Mary Sue said that there's so many coming out that, it's hard to keep track of them. But we're definitely going to do our best to keep you updated. And like David said, if you want to have your loved one give you a shout out on Christmas Day, you too can have that played. If you, I don't remember your email, David. What is
David at theprisonshow.net.
Okay, I should know that by now, but I just hit David, and it usually auto populates, and I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, I got another one, but it's a lot longer. I give that one because it's short.
Okay, yeah.
You probably emailed David Collingsworth at yahoo.com.
I think I do, yeah. I think that's the one that auto-populates. Okay, well, now you know, David.
Now you know.
And now you know. David at theprisonshow.net. Email or call David. Let him know that you're going to leave a voicemail for him.
And that phone number is 903-360-4697.
Can you repeat that a little slower, David?
903-360-4697. That's funny.
Yeah. That's hysterical.
Could he hear it?
Turn it up a little bit.
I know. I turned it up.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. Between the lines.
Me and Hank used to do that all the time.
I know.
I'd turn his mic off, and he'd tell me I'm number one every time.
You see, Linda, we shouldn't be. He's been doing that forever, turning off our mics.
You and Linda, y'all be telling each other you're number one?
Absolutely. We are number one. We are number one. And, real quick, I know that we've been getting a lot of mail, and I know I haven't answered a lot of mail, but as I mentioned...
Shame on you.
I know. As I mentioned last week, one of my good friends for 20 years, coworker and good friend, passed away, and her funeral was this week. So it's been a real struggle. Especially when, at work, when you walk past her office, and it's been a real struggle. So, anyway, cut me a little bit of slack. Maybe not.
Nah.
Because I'm getting some hate mail, let me tell you. I can smell it a mile away. I'm like, I ain't opening that. No, ma'am. That's going to stink. It's hate mail. Yeah, so just Linda and I have been extremely busy, and we appreciate your understanding. But, blowing up our phones, or that doesn't work. Sometimes we rebel and do the opposite. Yeah, Leslie has a big smile on her face. Yeah.
I've seen
Did you know that Ronald Reagan pardoned Merle Haggard?
No, I did not.
Yeah, well, you always bad-mouthing Republicans, but that's a pretty good thing old Ronald Reagan did.
Yeah.
Hey, at least they did something, huh?
I am the childless single cat lady, and
Yeah.
I will rebel to the very end.
Yeah, he in 1972, Ronald Reagan pardoned. I don't know how it was in 1972.
There's
but,
no way he. Oh, unless it was he was the governor of California.
Yeah, he was governor of California. And
okay.
Johnny Cash went to bat for him. So.
Well, we're still pushing for Biden to pardon because it's not looking good.
Somebody was trying to tell me the other day, as soon as I get off parole, I could file for a pardon. Yeah, I don't think Texas is ever going to give me a pardon.
Hell no. Hell no.
They got every minute they could get out of me.
And
And I still got to toe the line. It's not February 16th yet.
No. And, I think that even Rick Perry passed something, and I can't remember what the name of the bill was or the name of the whatever he did. But even if someone's been executed, you can no longer investigate their case. It was in reference to Cameron Todd Willingham, because they said he was actually innocent of murdering his children. And when the Forensic Science Commission wanted to have a hearing on it, Rick Perry's like, no, he's already gone, so we can't investigate it anymore. So no pardon for you. I refuse to give kudos to Republicans.
I think Ronald Reagan deserves it for
Look, he's still
pardoning
on the
Merle
run.
Haggard.
Well, Merle Haggard, you know what? Yeah, I think he
Everybody loves the Hag.
I do. I love
Yeah.
the Hag.
So I don't know, Ronald Reagan, I liked him in that movie where they sent the monkey up in outer space. You remember that movie?
I do not.
That must be an old.
That must be real.
Yeah, I'm 58 years old, so What was the name of that movie, Linda? You know what I'm talking about. The one where Ronald Reagan had the monkey and they sent it up to outer space.
I don't know. I'm too young, I think.
Y'all get me tonight.
I've never. I keep forgetting Ronald Reagan was an actor prior to becoming
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Yeah, it was about a monkey, and the monkey ended up becoming an astronaut and all kinds of stuff. 1951.
And you're, I've never heard of that movie, much less remember.
Yeah.
A monkey named Bonzo.
Linda was a teenager, though.
I was born in 1948.
See?
You know
I
what?
was 3 years old. I don't remember things from my
You know what? You should. That's bad, David.
I know. I'm picking on everybody.
No, the
movie.
The movie, the poster for it, Ronald Reagan hugging this monkey.
Well, there's more than that if you keep going. I mean,
no, I'm looking at the whole thing.
He's feeding it a bottle and all kinds of stuff. Bedtime for Bonzo.
I want a monkey. That's what
How did we get to this conversation?
Because Ronald Reagan gave Merle Haggard a pardon.
And this guy came to Bonzo? What?
Yeah, because we were talking about the Republicans never did anything or something. Hey, he had a monkey. Linda wants a monkey.
This says a lot. This says a lot. No, Republicans never did anything.
They fed the monkey and they sent it to the moon.
But there was a monkey
that went to the moon. Yeah.
I think as an experiment.
Yeah, that was a kind of mean thing. I think they sent some dogs and all kinds of stuff, but the monkey was supposed to be the smartest, closest thing to the human, so they wanted to see what the results would be on him, whether he come back all messed up.
Okay, now we're getting into an area
Yeah.
I don't like.
Hey, have you seen that TikTok where they make you dance and you go "Rrr," and all that stuff, and then they laugh at you when you're doing it?
No, I have not. Which one?
Yeah. Everybody does that. They're, you know.
I'm going to have to look for that.
Yeah, we're going to get you and Linda to do that so we can put it out on TikTok.
Can you spell that? R?
I've never done a TikTok, but I love TikTok.
Yeah, you done a TikTok. You're on my TikTok. Everybody in Shepherd America saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. Everyone saw that. Me and Linda are singing
Figueroa.
I think Joy
Rock
did that.
me, Amadeus.
My face looks so crazy on that.
Yeah. You know, I found an app where you can make any picture sing.
Yeah, I
So-
used to have that, and it's very unfortunate when you put it on certain pictures.
Yeah, I got some pictures of y'all too.
Hey, yes, you do. Stand down, David. Stand down. Do not do those photos.
I got some good pictures.
Very few.
Well, I got some.
He always gets us when our mouths are hanging open or something.
You making some weird faces.
You know what?
I got that one with you doing the ball thing though.
Oh yeah, you did. And earlier we were talking about unfortunate videos and photos. And Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll was,
Man, don't pick on Jelly Roll.
is
Everybody loves
behind
Jelly Roll.
Trump at some kind of sporting event, and he was steady picking his nose, then partaking
And eating his
in the edibles. Yes, he was eating his boogers. Yes, it was. Leslie didn't believe me. She's looking it up. Oh yeah, she saw it.
Oh, Andrew Kahn put it on a on YouTube. Yeah.
Does that bring back flashbacks?
There he goes.
I know. There he goes.
Oh, he's digging in it. He's going deep. Oh, there it goes. Oh, my word.
And he rolled it up and put it.
He did.
Yeah, he
with
rolled
his middle finger, too.
Yeah, he was rolling it up in a ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do it. Don't
He did it.
do it.
Oh, my
there
word.
There it goes.
What if he just did?
You see, that's what we wanted. Why
Well, at least he
couldn't you-
wasn't biting his toenails.
What?
God.
Who the hell bites her toenails?
I had an aunt that used to bite her toenails.
Very limber.
Well, no wonder Uncle Johnny liked her so much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Hey, it's almost that time, you know.
It is.
Y'all been watching the clock? We laughing and joking and have a good time up here, guys. But on a serious note, Christmas is coming up, and I know Dani already said, well, you got a month. Well, I gotta edit this thing. So let your loved ones know Christmas time's coming up. The station's going to be closed. It's not our choice. We don't have a choice except to make a show. So we could do a Zoom, but I think it's better to give your loved ones some freedom, and they make their own voice message. I don't care if it's an MP3, wave, call my cell phone, leave a message, whatever. My number is 903-360-4697, and my email is david@theprisonshow.net. Tell your loved ones to send me a Christmas shout-out, about 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm going to put them all together, and we're going to have a really good Christmas show. So you guys stay tuned for the tablets. I got 50 items I got to upload, and it's going to take me a little while. I might not get it done this weekend, but by Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest, I'll have it done. And you guys stay tuned, because as soon as they upload it, you'll be able to watch us. Or you'll be able to listen to us anyway.
I was about to say, isn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to do video, and they were talking about how much space it takes and all this different stuff, and that MP3 is so much easier. And I did look at the different spaces, and you're talking about 3 gigabytes versus 109 megabytes. So I get it. I understand. It takes a lot of space to do video.
But we're so petite.
Yeah. But when you're talking about file sizes, some of the guys down there understand what I mean. It takes up a lot of space.
Yes.
It takes a long time to upload. It takes a long time to edit. And that's why they want so much money. Actually, they're cheaper than Pando. But look, in the meantime, you guys stay tuned, because DJ Rico Black's coming up, and he'll be jamming. He'll be doing some kind of tunes and everything, and I know you guys love him. So we'll see y'all next week. Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend. Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah.